what actually is passive income? It's revenue that takes negligible effort to acquire. Simplifying that, it basically means income that you can generate from doing nothing. But it's not that easy, so let's get into that in the video. Now, let's differentiate passive income from active income. Most people have active income. It means you work for a certain duration of time, and in return, you get revenue. It could be your salary, an hourly rate, or whatever. Now, a passive income normally means you do an action up front. That could be investing or doing a workload beforehand, and then you reap the rewards forever onwards. So for example, this video, if it goes well and I get revenue on this video, I'll make the video once, upload it, and from then on, I'll be getting passive income. Now, there is a myth that passive income is easy to achieve, and that is not always the case. For example, if you wanted to get dividend stocks or dividend payments, you'd have to invest a lot of money to in return get a small amount on a time frame basis. Okay, it's the same with like this video. If I record this video, I'm putting in all the effort, time, editing, the equipment, my own money, everything like that. And once I post it, it might get 0 views. It might get no revenue. So you do the work hoping that you're going to get a return, but it's not always the case. Now I'll go into more examples throughout this video. That's just a little overview that it's not always as easy as it sounds. Okay, so there are hundreds, if not thousands of ways of earning passive income, but today I'm going to talk to you about 5, 4 of which I do myself. Now, the first one is buying dividend stocks. So when you buy a dividend stock, you become a shareholder, and because you're a shareholder, you get a percentage of the earnings. So I'll give you an example of a few that I do myself. So one is Apple, American Express, Delta Airlines, Vanguard S&P 500, and Porsche. Now, each of those varies in the percentages they pay you, but it can range normally between 0 and 10%. So what is the benefit from this, and also what are the drawbacks? So say you invested £1,000 or dollars into a certain stock, okay? Now that stock price can go up and down. So maybe it goes up in value. So not only are you earning profits from the increase in value of the stock, but also you're getting dividends on a time frame basis. It could be like every quarter, for example. But what happens if the stock drops in price? You're still going to get dividend payment, but maybe your initial investment has dropped in value. So you'll be really careful in what stocks you invest in. Number 2 is rental income. So you buy a house, you rent it out, and as long as the tenant keeps paying their rent and stays in your property, you're going to get a passive income on a monthly basis. Now I have this in the UK. I bought my house 6 years ago. I've had it rented out for the last 5 years, and I've had consistent tenants in there paying me rent, and my rent covers my mortgage, and it gives me also some profits on top of that as well. Okay, number 3, and this is a popular one, is an online asset. This could be an online course, it could be an ebook, could be a digital product, something like that. So you create this digital product once, you upload it to different marketplaces or to your own website, and then every time you sell that, you get your income. Now, if you sell it through your own website, you get 100% profits. If you do it for a marketplace, you may have to split the commissions with the marketplace itself. But you do the main work once. Say you write an ebook and you spend a week creating this ebook, then you post it and you sell it for like, I don't know, £10, $10. Every time that makes a sale, you're getting your income, but you did the work initially for them 7 days. But after that, it's earning you passive income. So for me, I have an online website where I sell digital assets, and I get sales come through on a daily basis, and I'm also sleeping a lot this time. I wake up in the morning, I have sales come through, and that is the customer purchases the digital asset, they get an instant download, I get the money, and that is it. So the 4th one on the list is AdSense. Now this can be in forms of having ads appearing on your blog site, your website, or ads appearing on your YouTube videos. Now this is a popular one in the YouTube world. A lot of people on YouTube, they earn an income from their AdSense. It's not a huge amount. It depends on how many views you get or how many likes you get or impressions you get on your website, but it does add up nicely. Let me just cut in here. There are more factors in place on what you can earn from AdSense. Now this could be number of impressions you get, clicks on the ad, also what category it's in, and so much more. So imagine if you see an advert for a credit card, that will pay you a lot more than if you see an advert for a toy, okay? So there's a huge amount of different factors in place on how much you can earn through AdSense. Okay, and the fifth one we're going to talk about today is royalties on intellectual property. So imagine you are a singer, let's say Beyonce. She has created her songs, they've published them, and she'll get royalties on a yearly or monthly basis on how many plays there are, how many album sales, all these different factors, where she'll get a check at the end of the year or every month or every quarter for royalties from the music she made before. Okay, so you might be thinking, how do I get started? So every different method has a different approach. Let's talk about firstly the buying dividend stocks. Now you have to figure out how much money you're willing to invest, do your research on the stock, and then purchase that stock. Now be aware though, like I said before, the stock may drop in value. So if that happens, your initial investment may go down. You may recuperate it over time, but it's not a guarantee. Number two, okay, buying a property for rental income. Now this normally has a huge investment behind it. We're talking hundreds of thousands. Now, what can go wrong? One thing is you buy the house, you hope to rent it out, and no one rents it. Okay, so you're then paying, if you've got a mortgage, you're paying your monthly mortgage with no income coming in. Or there might be a market crash and the house might drop in value. Benefits is if you do it and it goes well, you can rent it out and it's gonna be passive income for life. The house also goes up in value, so you're earning as well if you want to sell it in the future. But you need to make sure you do your research on the area and the property. There are also other things involved like landlord insurance, if there's any maintenance done to a property, things can break. If you rent out the property with appliances, I will try and avoid that, because if you rent it out with a dishwasher and the dishwasher breaks, you've got to replace this. Okay, going back to the digital assets, what is the risk? The risk is that you can spend a lot of time and money creating a digital product, you list it and no one buys it. The only good thing you take from this is you can learn from that, try and see how to improve, what went wrong, what is wrong with the current product you have. Is it the pricing? Is it the product? Is there not a market for it? There's so many different aspects to look for, but it's also a great way to research what you've done and improve it. If it goes well and you create a product and you sell it and you list it on all these different marketplaces, it might do really well, and you're going to be getting a passive income for life. Okay, let's go back to the AdSense income stream through passive income. Now, this video is going to be the great example. I'm dedicating my time to doing this video. I'm going to post it, and it may have no views. It won't be a waste of time, because for me, I've learned from creating this video. I'm always trying to improve. But if it has no views and no income, it's not a passive income source. But if it does well, it's going to hopefully do well for a long time period. It's always going to be on YouTube for people to watch, and I hopefully should get a little bit of income from it from now and years to come. But you'll have to keep adding content to your library so that it keeps appearing. Same with a blog post. You want to keep adding content to your website, to your blog posts, so that they keep appearing up there, getting impressions, so you're getting the revenue from Google. So the royalty one is probably the hardest one to achieve. Now, I mentioned earlier on an artist, but there's also other ways of achieving this, like a music producer. You can create music, and if you can't sell that, you can always upload it to platforms like Spotify, and you can earn royalties from streams. This is a great way of earning money. A lot of people make a lot of money doing this, and they license their music to be played on Spotify, Apple Music, and the rest of the platforms. One thing you should take into account is these passive income sources are not normally instant. You may be lucky, you may release some type of product and it instantly sells, you make loads of income, but sometimes you have to work on it. For example, for me, I'm being practical. I know these videos on YouTube may do well in the future, but I'm gonna have to make a video every single week to eventually get to the point where I've got enough content that I get enough views to bring me in a passive income in the future. But I can't expect to do one video and hope for it to bring in income for life. It's not realistic. So there we go. My conclusion is passive incomes are amazing. I love them. I always try and add to them every single year, whether it's buy a new dividend stock or something else. But what I'd like to know is, what is your favorite form of passive income? Do you have one? Are you trying to achieve one? Let me know in the comments so I can find out. Now, I will be doing more videos every single week. I'll dive into this video a lot more in the future and show you how to buy dividend stocks, the best way to buy a property, always doing things that I've done in the past that I want to try and help you guys do as well. So if you are interested, subscribe to this channel, leave me a like, it helps me the video get to more people. And also leave a comment. Let me know where you're from, what you're interested in, what stream of passive income do you already have, or what are you trying to pursue in this year of 2024. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.